Welcome back to another episode of the Financial Advisory Podcast. Today's guest is a friend of mine. He's a pro boxer here in the Denver area. His name is Darrian Leu-Pierre. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
I got him to come on. We agreed to have him on maybe a month or two ago. And just like we had weather days, we had travel days, whatever kept happening. And you had a fight come up and you had training and cutting weight, couldn't make weight, all that good. All these things kept delaying, but finally we're here.
We're here.
I love it.
I'm glad.
So tell me about yourself. So you're a professional boxer, right? Yeah. So tell me about that. How'd you get into boxing and how's that going for you?
Man, I started boxing at 18.
Okay. How old are you now?
22.
Okay, cool. You're still pretty young. All right.
I'm still young. Yeah. So I started at 18, man. Just wanted to get into it. I grew up fighting a lot in the streets.
Okay. So not productive fighting.
Not productive fighting. So, but I wanted to do it for real. And I went to a gym just to try it out.
Okay.
I started with kickboxing and I hated it.
Really?
Oh my god.
Someone as tall as you. I don't know if you guys can't tell, he's really tall and skinny.
Yeah.
Kickboxing, usually you see a lot of lanky fighters, right?
Yeah, dude, I did not like taking kicks.
Taking
kicks or even kicking. I always just like the boxing part.
Did you ever play soccer or football as a kid?
Soccer when I was a little kid.
Okay.
But mostly basketball.
I found when I did a brief stint in MMA, and I found that me playing soccer as a kid helped me with my kicks.
For real?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I had really good form. So that's why I always ask if you played soccer, it somehow helps. It's weird.
I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I just didn't like it. I sparred a couple times, and I just like the boxing part, throwing hands.
So you end up going switching directly, found an actual proper boxing gym?
Okay. So I found a boxing gym up in Westminster, and then from there started training, and then he kind of just threw me into Golden Gloves.
Oh shit!
Which is like a big tournament for boxers, and I ended up going really far. So I lost in the semifinals.
This is your first go at it?
First ever fight.
Really?
Didn't even know what I was doing. I just went in there throwing hands like a madman.
Raw dog, and you got give me a mouth guard and some water. I'm going for it, man. Got some trunks. Let's do it.
And man, just cool. Started getting a name for myself, and it was fun. It was just a good time. I ended up knocking someone out.
What's that feeling like?
It was nice.
Yeah,
it was my first time in a fight. I was like, man, it was.
You
nice.
Find that you're pretty much the tallest guy in your weight class every fight.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
So
it was a hard time finding training partners.
No. I think I train with everybody.
Okay.
Sparring everyone from heavyweight to I try to stay heavyweight to around my weight, maybe a little less.
So when you actually fight someone your weight, it seems lighter.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I've always fought a lot. I sparred a lot of heavyweights because I'm tall. So everyone will want me to spar with the big guys.
Yeah. How tall are you?
6'4".
So if you're 6'4", that's usually going to be heavyweight, typically, right? Someone who's in your, at that height, someone else who's 6'4" is typically going to be weighing a lot more than you.
Yeah.
So to find someone with your reach,
47.
right? So 147 is like my son wrestles at 138, 140, and he's 14. So it's crazy, man. Do you cut down a lot to get to 147, or what's your walking around weight?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Let's hear it. There's always my fun ones. When I used to watch UFC, before they really figured out the weight cutting, they used to weigh in the I think it was the day of. It was the night before.
Yeah.
Now it seems like weigh-ins are spaced out more from their fight, but I want to say it was the day of.
Whatever most it was. Weigh-ins are the day before.
Yeah, but I feel like the UFC has changed it to where they give him more time now.
Yeah.
But I remember back Matt Hughes was coming up, he'd walk around 190 and make 170. It's like, holy fuck, dude. Or Rich Franklin would make 185 coming down from 215. Monster weight cuts. I'm like, there's some monster weight cuts,
dude. I cut down a lot, 25 pounds.
Yeah. So what's that like? Is it the week of? Is it the day of?
No. I do it. I spread it out. So my fight in March, I've already started my weight cut.
Okay.
So it's a lot of dieting. I think the biggest thing is people try to cut it last minute, but if you diet right, man, that weight just comes off quick.
Got it.
Because your body's used to being at that weight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a healthy weight. I feel good at 147 or
really?
54.
Okay.
I feel strongest at it.
So you're around 164 typically, or 170?
No, sometimes 180.
You're so fat. You're so fat. That's crazy.
I've been eating steaks.
Well, yeah. So you're 4-0 now as a pro boxer, right?
Yeah.
What's next for you? So you got 2 fights coming up. Let's talk about those.
Just keep growing. I'm supposed to fight for a small I don't know what you would call it, a promotion title.
Okay.
So
is that local here in Denver?
Yeah, local promotion called Sparta.
Okay.
And I'll be fighting for a title for them, which will be just cool to have.
Yeah.
It'll be my first title in boxing for
That's
anything
because
cool, right? I had a short amateur career, so
yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited.
So you got that fight, and then you have another one in April too. So you have March 23rd and April 27th.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the one in April like?
April. So I'm still in negotiations if the title's going to be in April or it's going to be in March.
Okay.
I'm just waiting to get opponents sent over. Honestly,
like that. Hell yeah, sign the dotted line.
Yeah,
right? Like Mike Tyson used to say. I used to love watching his interviews. Man, dude's a fucking animal.
He's crazy.
I love it. So with boxing, you always hear about all pro athletes, but it seems like fighting athletes, right? The money's always like an afterthought, right? Have you seen that in your industry? Have you seen guys make it and then like they're not doing their money right, or they're not handling it right, or not going in with the right mindset, or what have you seen?
There's a lot of people. I feel like it's just a business mindset. No matter if you're an athlete or not, you got to have that business mindset. And I feel like I grew up with that. So being able to because I started companies when I was young.
Okay.
So being able to run companies and then get into the game, it's like I'm able to leverage my business mindset to like get more sponsors, get my name out there better, and actually treat it as a business, because
it is a business.
You can't, can't go far if you can't treat it as a business.
And like, how much of a role is your manager play, or do you have a manager?
I don't even have a manager. No, I just have my promoter.
Okay.
But I'm working on bringing on a team.
Okay.
Because that's what I want to do, and start really, hammering down on sponsors, getting brand deals. Because I got small ones.
Yeah.
I got a couple of small ones, but I definitely want to start.
What I
see
with people, like they're so focused on being the best athlete they can be, they can't always put time into the marketing side of it.
Yeah.
Then you hire some dickhead manager who's looking out for his best interests, and it's like, how much of that's he really looking out for you versus him? And like, you always hear these horror stories of people getting fucked over, whether it's musicians, athletes, like whoever has a talent, their talent's not always in business.
Yeah.
So they either get lucky with a good manager, or they get fucked and they take some, the next 2 contracts to get out of the bad first one, right?
Like, Elvis had a horrible manager.
Right.
Screwed his whole life up.
Exactly, dude. Like his whole life, right? His legacy's fucked.
Life.
Like that's one major famous story, but it happens more than it doesn't happen.
Everyone.
So like you don't have a manager yet. Like, be picky on your manager.
Yeah.
Like, fucking grill him. Make sure he's, bringing people, outside sources, bring our network in. You have friends in our network that can at least give you ideas, or like, some input, man. But let's talk about how we met, which is through cars.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your car, man. Your car is unique. It's an Audi R8.
Yeah, I got an Audi R8.
But it doesn't sound like an Audi R8. Talk about the sound. Talk about this fuckery that is the exhaust on that thing. This thing is wild.
Man, the first time. So when we bought it, the first thing is like, it had an F1 exhaust on it. It was nice.
Okay.
But I was like, man, this is really like, I've always wanted a sports car, and I was like, this is not loud.
This is too PG for me. I need something really R-rated.
So I had a friend, and we shot like a little deal, and we shot a video with the nonprofit to bring like a kid in to work on the car.
Okay.
That wanted to be in the automotive industry. So we kind of brought him in and worked with the shop, and then built this custom exhaust, and we let the kid kind of design it.
Come on.
And I was like, man, this would be cool. It's a cool little video.
Yeah.
He was a great kid. So I was like, man, you just kind of come up with the idea. So we put the car in the shop.
Design your exhaust?
Yeah.
What do you use? Crayons and colored pencils? What the fuck?
He was older. He was like 15, 16.
That's the kid. Yeah. Okay.
But he was good. I mean, we came up with this cool exhaust system. So I took off the bumper.
So you use an iPad, not a fucking crayon.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you still drew it out like.
Yeah. It was crazy though. But the original exhaust that I had on my car is like come out the headers, and then it like went down and then wrapped around and then shot out by the taillights. So there was no bumper on my car for a long time.
Okay.
And it was all titanium. It was insane. And then when we were building it, I was like, man, I want it to be as loud as possible. So then we took out the cats.
It is loud as possible, dude. It's obscene.
And then we took out the cats, and then that's when it was like, oh my God, this is probably the loudest
Well, now
car.
it's coming out through where your license plate goes.
Yeah,
right?
so now I got just a center exit dump,
right?
Which I'm getting built soon, a little better.
It looks cool as fuck, but like I said, it's so obnoxiously loud that like
so bad.
How is it when you're driving it?
It's quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good behind you, obviously.
Yeah,
right? But like
it's not bad.
Okay.
I jam out in my car.
Fuck everybody else though, right?
Yeah. It pops, shoots out this giant flames.
Well, it sounds like the backfire sounds like gunshots. Yeah. It's like timed right. It's the way, whatever it is, dude. It's fucking wild. And I have the same motor I have in my car.
Yeah.
Because I have a Lamborghini that's same. It's Audi, same motor, right? So like, it's like, man, I could do something cool like that too.
You should, man.
It's fucking wild.
It's just tuned. It's the pop and bang tune.
Okay.
I wanted a twin turbo it, man, but man,
you gotta win some more fights, buddy.
I know. I gotta keep winning some fights.
Twin turbos in those cars are not cheap.
No. Oh my God.
But they're cool. I mean, I like customizing cars. No joke, right? But like, this Lamborghini is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
like,
your Lambo's good.
I don't know, like,
you don't need nothing else,
right? It's like you start fucking with it too much, maybe you ruin it. But like, also, there's where else could that money go? So it's like, if I had a Chevy Camaro, maybe I'm making it cool, right?
Yeah.
Or like Ken's Corvette, right?
Yeah, you got it.
That's badass. But you got to do that, right? Whereas like my car, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty cool. Now, I'm sure I will do an exhaust one day. I'm sure I'll do a tune one day, but I don't need it. Like the car's still new enough to me where it's like, I just appreciate the way it is. It's stock.
It looks good.
It looks cool as fuck. It's still a lot. So I remember I was driving doing a charity event, which I want to talk to. We did an event together, but I was doing one with Chris Meeks.
Yeah.
And he's like zooms past me, and my window's down. It scares the fuck out of me. And I'm like, damn, that exhaust sounds badass. Same car I got, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, we get pulled over. I'm like, dude, what kind of exhaust you got? He goes, same one you got, dude. It's stock. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So mine sounds like, but when you're driving it, it's quiet. You don't know.
You don't know.
No. So I'm like, damn, mine sounds that cool too. All right, cool. I'm going to leave it for a while. But because it was so like, he's zooming past me. And I'm like, fuck, that sounded good. Like deep, fucking throaty. It was like, all right, cool.
The Lambo sounds so
I might
good.
leave it for a while. But yeah, that's the first time I remember your car. Like, I heard you like miles away, dude. Yeah. Miles away. Like, who the fuck's out? I thought someone's out shooting guns in the cornfield somewhere.
You could hit,
it was just this
that.
dickhead rolling up, shooting guns. Dude, it was wild. Then Ken's car was with you too. So it was like 4 or 5 loud ass cars all at once. It was cool.
Yeah, because Clayton was there.
Yeah.
His McLaren is insane.
His is loud. Luke's was there too.
Luke's is loud.
Titanium. So all of them all the guys that showed up were like all built by the one dude, all built by Luke.
Yeah.
Loud as fuck on purpose. It was so cool. Let's talk about that event though, or whatever you want to call it. Like for that one specifically, it was I think a bullied kid.
Yeah.
One of our friends in our network set it up. I can't remember who it was, but it was a bullied kid that was like, hey, the kid's down and out. Why don't we show up for his birthday? So we did. We had 20 supercars roll up in this little residential block.
Yeah.
And this kid comes out and he's all like looking out. It was cool, man. It was cool as shit. Like it's fun doing those things, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I enjoy that stuff. I think it's so fun because as a kid, you don't even.
Yeah. Well, you're still a kid, bro. Fucking 22, man. Like, goddamn, you fucking.
I remember when I was a kid, man. I never even grew up around any of that stuff. So, like, thinking about it, just even seeing it. And seeing someone, like, it's possible to get.
It's giving those kids permission to go for it, right? Like, hey, look at the way I look. Look at the way you look. We don't look like successful people, or we don't look like people that would have those cars, or whatever you want to call it. There's a stereotype, right? Like, here we are, dude. We're still pretty young. Like, I know you think I'm an old man, but like I'm still pretty young. I got these cars. Like, it's cool though, right?
Yeah,
show these kids like, hey man, we can do it. I think we're like normalizing it versus it's unattainable. No, these kids came to my fucking house when I was 10 years old. Like, I can do that,
Yeah.
Gets that kid thinking, because you remember, we all have events in our life that we like latch onto, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's good, bad, otherwise, like things that other people probably dismiss as everyday things. Like to me, that was a one-off. Like I went about my day and kind of. It was cool, but like that kid probably will never forget that.
No, never.
He'll always live on that moment. He'll fucking think about that shit until he has a car of his own one day.
Yeah.
Then he'd be like, oh, fuck you kids who were bullying me. I'm going to bully you guys now.
Yeah. I'll pull up to school in my Lambo one
Exactly.
day.
So we did another one with Chris, and that's what we did. We pulled up to a school.
Okay.
And it was right when school got out, there was my Lambo, Chris's Lambo, a Dodge Viper. I want to say Ken's Corvette too. He had to leave though. He was there, but then he had to leave before. And the three of us stayed. We drove these kids home.
Yeah.
We put a kid in our car and fucking did like a long drive home, right?
Yeah.
I remember the kid I had too. Like, I'm like, what kind of music you like, kid? He's like, I don't know. Like, he named some whatever the kids listen to this day, some shit music, and I'm like, cool, man. We're listening to Lamb of God. He's like, but he loved it. He's like, whoa, and he's in the car and he's like rocking out to the heaviest shit he's ever heard in his life, And I took a video with him. It was a lot of fun.
That stuff's fun to do.
Yeah, it's fun to do, man.
I enjoy
back.
that.
Yeah. So what about get into our car group, man? So how'd you even get in the car group? That's how I met you, and we go to Perry's every Friday. Like, talk about that. Like, did you just have the car and they found you, or like you gotta have a cool car to kind of be part of the cool kids club? But how'd you do it?
I didn't even have a car when I met him.
Oh, really?
So I initially met John.
Which one's John?
I don't know. He's not in the group no more.
Okay.
But I initially met him, and I had met Ken before.
Got it.
And all of them. So John had invited me to the like 0 to 60 when they.
I know you're talking about now. Got it.
Yeah, they were doing it at Eddie V's.
Yep.
So then I kind of got in with them, and then me and Ken became super close. And
Ken's a badass, dude.
Yeah.
I love Ken. I want to shout out to Ken, by the way. We're gonna get you on this podcast. I know I've asked you lightly. Said you're shy. He's got some wild stories though.
He does.
He's got some stories that were meant to be on a podcast. Like,
they do.
No shit, like viral shit. Like real quick, Ken used to have a private jet at his disposal for sales for you fly around the country, entertain guests, and he also used to sell to my former industry of linemen.
Yeah.
So like we have a connection there. And I'm like, dude, some of those fucking stories. I know there's wild ones out there.
having a private jet at your disposal already.
You have to have cool shit.
Yeah.
You got to, like, otherwise it's like a waste, right? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. You can't just be delivering mail in that thing. We gotta have some fucking badass stories, otherwise
Going
it's a
to
waste.
Vegas, going to anywhere.
We told me the one story went to like 4 football games in one day, all playoff games. Like, dude, that's wild. That's wild.
Like what?
I guess he had like 4 clients. They all want to go to different games. So they went to the Patriots game. They went to the Steelers game. There was maybe Dallas. It was some wild shit though. I was like, that's pretty cool. That's a one-off, you know. And then, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so back to that, like the group at Perry's, man. Talk about that. That's fun. I love going to Perry's every Friday. I always see you there. I drive an hour to get there. Now you're like, damn, now you're up here. Now you see, right?
Now I get it.
Now every time you see me, you should appreciate me more. Like, bro, you drove. If you see me, I drove an hour to see you.
Yeah, you literally did.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and some change too. It's not even just an hour.
Well, it depends how fast we're going, how traffic's looking.
I guess you could just be flying.
You can do 100 easy. And like it makes up a little bit of time. It's about an hour. Yeah, hour 10 maybe. But yeah, so tell me about why is that important to you? Why do you go there? What's the value you get out of that, do you think?
I think, I'm obviously the youngest guy in the group.
Yeah.
Being 22, but I just look at a lot of the guys, they're all like-minded people, and they're just like, I feel like it's a good solid group of people.
Yeah.
Like you can't go wrong with being around people like that.
Yeah.
And like they're all truly good people. They're all there for us. We all talk business.
Yeah.
And we're all successful and we're all at different levels of success, obviously.
Yes, I would say that too. There's always different levels to this game. Like, you don't have to be at the top of any level, but like if you're at a certain level, there's the effort. Effort is the most attractive thing out there, right? So if you have the effort to go high, like someone like you comes to me for advice, I'm gonna help you out as much as I can.
Yeah.
Someone that's not putting themselves in the right room or giving a shit or trying, it's like, all right, dude, like I'll give you a few minutes, but like someone who's trying, it's like, fuck yeah, I'll love to help you, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome that you see that. I didn't see that when I was your age, because at your age, I was already in the trades. I was already grinding. At 23, I had my first kid, so it's pretty close to that, right? But I was already in an apprenticeship. Like in my mind, that was making it. Was working 40 to 80 hours a week and working as much overtime as I could as a W-2 blue collar. Like that was making it. So I'm like, fuck, I already made it.
Yeah.
You know, and I had that for a few years already. So at 22, I was already 4 years in. I'm like, nobody else in my age already had money because I've already made it, dude. So like, didn't even think to be in different rooms or networking or like any of the stuff that you're doing that I'm doing now. I didn't even think about doing at your age. I was just like, fuck, I got 40 hours a week. I got beer money. I got a roof. I got a house. I got cars, you know, like, you're in a whole different world, man. I love it.
I always like running a company. I've never had like a normal job.
Never.
No, actually I lied. So I had one for 6 months.
Okay. Let's talk about it. And why did it last that long?
Well, this is what happened. So after high school, I didn't even tell you this, but my brother passed away.
You did tell me that.
Yeah. So he got shot in a robbery.
Okay.
So I was it's like a witness of it or whatever. So I was in court I've been in court for 5 years for this.
Damn. It's still going on?
It's 5 years. Yeah, it's still going on. So it's going good, obviously. But the whole thing was I was running track and I ended up being like number 3 in the whole world for high jump. Okay. And I had never done track before in my life. So
being 8 feet tall fucking helps, huh? You're already halfway there, dude.
Yeah. So I ended up doing track and then I got over like 300 offers to schools around the nation. Okay. And it was just nuts. And then I ended up running for Team USA. But then all this was happening while I'm in the middle of a whole court, like really it was killing me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I actually committed to college, a JUCO, because my grades were so bad. Yeah, I bet. Messed up grades. Fuck, you're a star. Most star athletes they have shit grades. That's how it goes. Yeah, all your effort into being an athlete, right? Literally. It's not, and then all the girls are after you because you're a fucking stud athlete. Like, it's easy to see why it's hard to keep good grades if you're a stud athlete, right? Yeah, so it was hard, man. I committed to JUCO, and then literally the first week, they like messed up my scholarship. They messed it up? So like, I signed on a full ride. Yeah. And then that was the only way I was going to school. Right. Because neither of my parents were paying. I wasn't going to take out a loan. So then when I got there, they took away like half of my scholarship or like a quarter. I don't even remember. Was it an error or just like you misread it or what actually happened? I don't know. I went down and asked the coach and he was like, there's nothing I could do. The school doesn't have enough money to cover it. They honey-dicked you into a scholarship. Literally. They said, hey, but now that you're here, buddy, so there's no money. So basically I left and then the day I dropped out, I'll never forget. So I was there for a week. Damn. And I went to one class. And then the day I dropped out, like officially dropped out, my fucking car broke down. Oh. and in the middle of a fucking desert in Coolidge, Arizona.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, fuck my life. And then obviously when you drop out, you don't have a dorm anymore.
Right.
So
right.
all my shit's in my car.
And then fuck your way back? How'd you get back?
Bro, I ended up living out in Arizona for like a month till my
Really?
car got fixed. I was living in hotels. I had a girlfriend at the time that was kind of helping me out. I was driving her car.
Damn, all right. Is this where this job comes in, or is where you end up
Yeah, so then I ended up finally getting back to Colorado.
Damn.
After my car got fixed, literally a month later. And then, I started working at Jersey Mike's.
Okay.
I don't know why I chose Jersey Mike's, but it was up the street.
I have a random funny story about Jersey Mike's.
Swear.
I gotta tell the story. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is wild, dude. Okay. And it triggered Jersey Mike's. I remember another episode I wanted to get to this story. I hate giving blood.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate giving blood. Like, I'm a gigantic pussy when it comes to giving blood. First to admit it. Okay. So when you get to be my age, there's a thing called TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Okay.
Yeah.
Been on it for a few years. One of the side effects about TRT is that it thickens your blood. Okay. So in order to stay healthy, you get your levels tested all the time. And every once in a while, you're supposed to donate some blood. As you donate blood, it kind of thins your blood back out. Your body reproduces blood. It's really healthy for you.
Yeah.
To the point where my buddy of mine was off the charts bad. Like, heart attack waiting to happen. Nobody could help him. He started donating blood, and he's fixed. He's off the charts good now. Yeah, wild shit. Western medicine doesn't even talk about this shit. It's crazy. But I hate giving blood. I hate giving blood with a baby needle that takes like 30 seconds. When you're dumping blood, you're hooked up for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay? I fucking hate it. Okay, it's gross. Now, the reason this Jersey Mike story happens here, so one of the times I do this, I go in, schedule dump my blood, I wait. It's the first time I get a full bag, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 times I've tried, I get like half. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking done. Take it out. Like,
Yeah.
get off me, you know? I get a full bag. I'm all pumped up. Like, fuck yeah, I did it. You know, it's my first one. So they put the bandage on your arm. I know it's a bigger needle than normal because you're basically just draining blood. You want to go as fast as possible. So it's actually, it hurts a little bit. More giving blood's like, okay, that's whatever. But like, it's like a fucking, ow, motherfucker. You know, it hurts a little bit. So they wrapped the bandage around my arm. Now, I didn't eat right. I should have eaten before, and I didn't. So I felt myself feeling like shit. I'm like, cool. It's right there in Arvada off Kipling. So I go across the highway to Jersey Mike's for a sub. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'm going to get some food. I'm going to feel better. And it's raining out. This important part of the story. So it's pouring rain. So I park in the parking lot. I kind of like sit there for a minute thinking about my life. I'm like, fuck, dude, I feel like shit. But I got to get in here and get some food in me so I can feel better.
Yeah.
So I rip off the bandage. I walk inside. It's pouring rain, so I'm soaked, right? So my arms are, I wear a t-shirt like this. So I'm soaking wet, face is wet. First thing I do, I get in line to order my sub sandwich, grab a bag of chips, start eating my chips while I'm waiting there. I get a tap on the shoulder. This guy's like, hey man, you all right? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm fine. What's up? He goes, dude, you're bleeding. I look down, there's a puddle of blood and a trail out the front door. It looked like a fucking murder scene. I look down, my arm is leaking. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, already grossed out as a shit. I can see the hole in my arm. It's fucking gnarly. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I take my arm above my head. They get a first aid kit out. They get a mop. It was a big fucking scene. And the way I looked like maybe I just stabbed somebody or I got stabbed. Like, so that nobody knew why. And I'm like, it's fine. I just gave some blood. It's fine. But like, it's never happened to me before. And it was just like
so
fucking blood everywhere. It was like and then people already walking through it. It was fucking footprints everywhere. Just a fucking murder scene inside Jersey Mike's. But the reason I didn't notice it because it's pouring rain, so I'm already wet.
Yeah, you just thought
so I didn't know like my arms are wet but it's fucking blood running down. It's like pumping out of my arm. Dude, it's fucking gnarly. So anyhow, that is fucking, and I hate, so I call the lady afterwards and she knows, it's a running joke. When she knows like blood, she's always trying to talk me off the ledge and like, Anthony, you're going to be fine. I'm like, I'm not going to be fucking fine. I fucking hate this. So I called her. I'm like, you're never going to guess what just happened. So I'm never doing this again. She goes, what? I'm like, I just leaked blood all over Jersey Mike's. And she's fucking laughing. I'm like, dude, yeah. So that's my PTSD at Jersey. Every time I see a fucking Jersey Mike's, I think about that murder scene.
I don't think I've been back to Jersey Mike's.
Dude, it's fucking, oh. So anyhow, I had to get that out. I think that's a funny story. I hate giving blood. But anyhow, so you finished up at Jersey Mike's. How did that go?
Well, I started working there. Well, I started my nonprofit first.
Before you started Jersey Mike's?
Before I went to Jersey Mike's, well, it was like right at the same time.
Okay.
I wanted to start a nonprofit to honor my brother.
Okay.
So then I started the nonprofit called L&D Gives, which is Lloyd and Darrian Gives.
Okay.
So actually what I did was when I first came back, actually the first thing I did was make a GoFundMe.
Okay.
And I raised like $300 and basically went downtown and served with that $300 about 300 cheeseburgers.
Okay.
From McDonald's.
Okay.
And 150 cheeseburgers and 150 hot and spices.
Yep.
And they threw in a lot of cookies, and then I went and spent like $100 at Costco to get some waters and shit.
Yep. And what'd you do with that?
So we just went downtown and started giving them to homeless people.
Okay.
And then that's kind of how it all started. And then
giving back, right?
Yeah, giving back, because like me and my brother used to give to the homeless a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like one of the things,
like honoring him. Kind of deal? Okay.
That I wanted his legacy to go further. So it started with.
What's up, guys? I know you're enjoying the podcast, but I want to pause this. I want to bring some attention to my sponsors, Telson Tequila. I want to go over a few cool little facts with these guys. So they are from Las Vegas, and there's thousands of tequilas in the world. Telson is one out of only 40 tequila brands that owns their own distillery. So it's super unique. It's a big flex, right? It's really fucking cool. So based out of Las Vegas, super rad. Check them out. Use our discount code FINAD20, TelsonTequila.com.
That, and then I started working at Jersey Mike's, and I started making business cards. So then, like, every sandwich I made, I put a business card in.
Really?
Like, in the bag.
And what was the business card for your nonprofit?
Yeah. So I was really trying to grow it. And I was like, man, this is what I think I'm, like, meant to do. And, like, so then I started doing that. And then right around then is when boxing came. And then I was doing both, juggling both. And then I got my first building for the nonprofit. So I worked at Jersey Mike's 6 months at that, like, right as COVID hit. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like, all the stores, like,
closed up.
I was like, I'm not gonna stay
fuck
here.
All this, dude.
Yeah,
I don't want to be here anyway. This gives me a reason to leave. Yeah, fuck this.
So then
place.
I left, and then we ended up getting our first building.
Okay.
Out in Park Hill, and then that's when the nonprofit
Where's Park Hill?
grew.
If people don't know.
Park Hill's like, it's like near Denver.
Okay.
It's like right near downtown, kind of.
Okay.
It's like a suburb, kind of like past Commerce City off I-70.
Okay.
But
so you get the building. You're working at a nonprofit now.
Yeah.
Are you there every day, or how's a nonprofit even work?
So like 3 days. So I was there. Well, we'd raise money like 3 days a week, and I started going to stores, like literally setting up a stand, and like saying,
like Girl Scout cookie stands, or what?
Like a Girl Scout cookie stand for real.
Okay.
And then I started. Then we started our food bank, and then our youth program. So then we had kids coming to our building like 3 days a week. We were playing basketball. We'd have pro athletes come down to play football.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And then just be there for them, help them with homework, and then kind of guide them, because I was only 18, 19. Yeah. So I was trying to guide these kids, because like we all grew up the same, like being a positive role model.
Yeah.
And then, I kind of went from there, and then it just got bigger.
Then boxing comes in. You're
And
like,
then,
all right, cool. I'm gonna start boxing now.
Yeah.
So let's go back to when you were fighting, not boxing. So talk about your street fighting, or like, what was that all about? Like, was it like
just as a kid,
just fucking around, or was it like
always
dark? Like, we talk about it.
Like, I grew up in like Denver and Aurora, so like it was so weird. Like on my opposite, like when I went to my dad's house, we did not have any money. Like we were living with people. I moved like 30, 40 times when I was a kid. Yeah. Just living with random people, living downtown, and like he would get a job and work at an apartment complex so we could get a free apartment.
Okay.
And then just being around, like not having any time. Obviously, you get into dumb shit.
Yep.
As every kid does.
Idle hands do the devil's work, right?
Yeah. I mean, so just getting into dumb stuff, man. Definitely. I got into some bad shit.
So did you find out that you were? Did you know you were good? Did someone tell you, hey, you're actually kind of good at this, or was it more like, didn't even think about it?
I didn't even think about it. I just fight like.
Yeah.
I probably had anger issues too at the time, like pretty bad.
Not probably, you did.
Yeah. So I was just, especially we play basketball, like street ball.
Okay.
Man, like I'd fight anybody when I was a kid.
Right.
And then that's just.
I find that there's a certain level of trauma that makes it successful.
Yeah. Because
if you have no trauma as a kid and you just got it too easy, you're just gonna be a soft little bitch.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, right?
No,
you can't help it. It's not that it's a product of your environment. Now, if you got too much trauma, you end up fucking growing up and blowing up buildings, right?
Yeah.
That's just too much.
There's a balance.
You're fucked up, right? There's a sweet spot. And I think a lot of successful people have it, right? I mean, think about it, they have a certain level of it. And it's like, don't be upset with that. Like, embrace that you had that, because like it makes you who you are.
No, it's
right?
true.
And I didn't have it that bad as a kid, but I had levels of trauma, right? And that's what made me where I'm at. Like,
everyone has their own trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's worked, because it's like, man, if I had any easier, man, I don't know if it'd be where I'm at. Like, the Lambo might be a fucking Kia or something, or a fucking Prius. You never know. Like,
no, that's true.
But like the certain level, it's a sweet spot. Man, I think people like, not everyone understands it's a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise to have.
That's why you got to teach the kids.
Yes, like you're going through some shit, man. Like, you might think it's the end of the world, but it's not. This is going to help you one day.
It's true.
That's anybody. And that could be a good childhood that turns into trauma in your 20s, right? That sets you up for the rest of your life. So people need to understand that not all trauma is bad. It's not all negative. It's like part of it. It's like they say you got to crack some eggs and make an omelet, man. Like it's part of it. So you had that, obviously.
No, yeah.
But it turned into possibly a career. You have a career of boxing right now. Like, who knows where that goes, right? You could be the next Floyd Mayweather, right? I mean, you're a little light skinned to be Floyd. But I mean, like it could get to, you don't know where that goes. And that's all coming back from this, childhood that someone could look at as negative. But man, you did pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, man, it was so funny. Like in elementary school, I've been getting suspended from school since I was in elementary school. Like for fighting, for doing dumb stuff. Right. Obviously.
Just bored.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I would just do whatever I wanted, and but yeah.
You were 8 feet tall as a kid too, right? Were you always a tall kid?
No, I wasn't, which is weird. I was pretty tall.
When did you sprout up?
I think like my sophomore year.
High school?
Freshman year.
Oh, damn, okay.
Like
you do see that sometimes.
I got tall.
Yeah.
But I'd always played basketball my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, and I played pro for 2 years overseas.
Did you have? Oh, really? We'll talk about that. Oh, before we talk about that, when you sprouted up as tall as you are and lanky as you are, was it awkward for? Was there a period of awkwardness?
I had the worst knees. My knees were so bad. I still have bad knees, I feel like.
Dude, you're fucking just because I'm tall. Wait till you get to be my age. Goddamn, I love saying that now too. It's like now I'm like the older guy a little bit. Like man, you kids got it easy.
Yeah, you got it easy.
All the dad shit. I'm like telling you kids like, man, you get to be my age, you'll understand.
Yeah,
it cracks me up. Let's talk about your pro ball overseas, man. What was that?
Yeah, so like I played for a Vegas pro team. It's like Pro AM.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
It's like I don't even know. It's just like a Pro AM league, like to get a contract to go overseas.
Okay,
but I stopped. I was doing good in the pro. I averaged like 35 points a game.
Damn. Okay.
And man,
I
was boxing at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was boxing at the same time. So then like, I mean, it really went down when I got offered a contract. Like, it was no money.
Yeah. Like you're like,
it was like 20 grand for the year. I was like,
damn, dude.
No.
And here's your box of ramen noodles too. Like,
yeah, that's what you get to eat. I was like, no. And there's like, obviously you get some at like 60, like 40.
Yeah.
But like, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just was not, I didn't even like basketball that much.
Yeah.
I was good at it, but like,
fun, but not that fun.
Yeah. Boxing's so much more fun. And I like to fight.
What's the upside on boxing? I know like, people see the Floyd Mayweather money, right? But not everyone knows what it takes to get there. So what's a decent path financially for a boxer? What's it look like?
Just staying busy.
Okay.
And you got to build a brand.
Yeah.
Like every
Conor
big
McGregor
boxer
taught us that.
Yeah.
Conor taught us that.
Conor, Floyd. Yep. I mean, you have.
I think, and maybe Floyd was first, right? But I think Conor, made it big for UFC.
Yeah.
Whereas he is a good fighter. He's not an all-time great.
No.
But his character, his image is an all-time great.
Yeah.
The best ever. and he's not the all-time best fighter, which I used to be so in the world of like, it matters to me if someone thinks someone's better and I know that they're not. So like when he fought Nate Diaz, I was like, fucking Nate Diaz is going to destroy him because I knew Nate was a real fighter.
Yeah.
And he's got a brand too, and he actually got better with Conor, right?
He's gangster.
But, but like, I knew he was a better fighter, so it offended me that people were like on Conor's nuts. I'm like, dude, he's not that. He's good. He's not great. He's good, and he's rolling through people. And he fought Chad Mendes on short notice.
Yeah,
and Chad about whooped him. Chad gassed out, and Conor beat him, and so he counts as. I'm like, dude, you fought the dude on 2 weeks notice.
Yeah,
Chad would fuck you up in a full camp. To this day, I think Chad Mendes would fuck him up in a full camp. But like when you have this brand building, it's like it doesn't matter. It's your brand. The UFC is going to push the brand. The boxing is going to push the brand. So like,
it's a business.
You've got to get I love that you already know that. Like you're 4 fights in, and you recognize that. Where some guys don't ever get it, man. They're like, I don't know. They get the whole career ahead of whatever happens. They don't get it, right? Like So I guess like outside of the brand building, like as far as like the come up goes, like what's each fight worth? Like when do you start getting 6-figure paydays or do you know, have you seen that yet? Or have you seen
not 6 figures.
Have you seen like people around you get to that? Or do you see the level, I guess, can you see that in your future?
Yeah, I think I could. I think I got the right mindset to do it.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like a lot of people, some of the people around me, some of the people, I just think they don't look at it as a business.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing in my gym I've been teaching all these guys is like, I run a business, and being able to come to boxing as a business because you could train as hard as you want. You could be 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, but if you're not building a brand, you're never going to get to the big stage.
Right.
But we have a fighter in our gym that's been on the big stage and
really,
he's doing good at building his brand.
Nice.
But I've been talking with him.
It's a big deal, and it's actually part of what I'm going to come down and talk to you guys about one day whenever we get some time and actually iron it out, get the details. That's part of like what I don't tell these guys. Like, hey, yeah, we need life insurance. Yeah, we need financial planning, but you got to build your brand.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you can look at all the examples. They're already out there. Look at Mike Tyson. Like, I don't know how much of Mike Tyson's shit was fabricated. I think he's a fucking nut job, but like, you know, biting that dude's ear off, like that was the single biggest thing he did for his brand. Like
everyone knows that.
He still goes around posing photos with fans, like biting their ear. Like as much as a fucked up thing that was to do to a guy, that lasted the rest of his life. That's what he's known for, and made him so much money. Even Holyfield's like he's tied to that. He makes money. It's such a weird thing to build like a brand off of, but like it's that important, man.
So weird though.
Yeah, like I wouldn't recommend going as hard as he did. Like, there's some shit Mike Tyson would say to get people canceled for generations now. Like, God, he was an animal.
He would say at the press conferences.
Right, dude. Like, fuck. And I really don't think he was smart enough to do that on accident. Like that was just him talking. That was just him just being a fucking wild dude. Like, oh, the shit he would say, man. I couldn't imagine fighting him. So how do you build a brand without going that hard, without going that like off the rails, right? So what's your style? What do you try and do?
I do a lot. I try social media. Okay. I've been starting at social media. I'm not the best at social media because I'm kind of like I don't know. I don't hang out with a lot of people my age.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
So like,
just get your reps in, man. I've been making a focused approach at this in the past maybe 6 months, and it's starting to get traction. And everyone you talk to is like, dude, it takes years.
Yeah.
And it does. And you're young. That's fine. Like let it take years. By the time you get years of it in, like you got 20 fights in, right? Now you're 20-0 or whatever it is. Like then people start noticing. You're like, oh shit, this guy's got a pretty big body of work, right? So like, I wouldn't stress it, man. I think you're just gotta get your reps in every day. Post about dumb shit, cool shit, your car.
That's one thing I really got. I don't post my car.
You need to.
I don't think nobody else in the group other than, I guess it's just people in our group.
Yeah.
Other than people at like, I mean friends, but
post it, man, and talk about like the pops and that could be your brand. It could be your image. Like the guy who's got the obnoxiously loud car that he probably barely fits into. Like, fuck, dude. I mean,
that car's so small.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't want to drive it here for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a brand right there, man. Get your car, and that thing's unique as fuck. And uniqueness is everything.
Yeah.
It's not cool or like even informational. It's just unique. It's just different. Oh, that's cool. I look back at like, I listen to heavy metal a lot. Okay. Yeah. That's my favorite kind of music. I only listen to metal, some hip hop, and then some gangster rap. I got like some of that stuff, but it's like 90% metal and everything else. I look at bands like System of a Down. And when System of a Down came out, they were so different. So different than anything else that I've been heard of. And they made it big. They played out 4 albums, and they're still a big band. They haven't fucking played in 20 years. But every time they get offered to play a concert, it's a massive money for them. They can't get along. That's why they don't play anymore. But like, they were so different when they came out, but just enough of like what people like as metalheads to like be cool. But like, they're just different, and they stuck out. Bam, they became a hit.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be different enough to like, you look different, dude. You're tall, you got the hair. You know what I mean? You already look different. Like you can build a brand, I think, not easily, but you have the ways to build a brand. I think it's cool that you're already thinking about it. Like you're conscious of it. That's the first step, dude. Being conscious of it, and then, all right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna implement some things or whatever it is, man. Like, you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
but that car is cool as fuck. I think you definitely should be marketing that.
I do.
Yeah.
I need to get a little collection going.
Yeah. Well, just even that car, but yeah, your Tesla too. You got the Tesla. What happened with that one? Let's hear about that story.
Man.
I'm gonna pour a shot for this, by the way. I'm gonna shout out to my tequila sponsor, Tolson. He doesn't drink. I already tried bullying him off the air, but one, he's threatening to kick my ass, and two, he just doesn't drink. So I'm gonna drink by myself, like a loser.
Like a loser's crazy.
Is it even noon yet? It's not even noon yet. Hey, just hit noon. We're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Fucking
isn't it?
Solid. My internal clock went off. All right, let's hear about your Tesla story.
Wouldn't even believe it. Well, it was all icy. What day was that? I don't even remember when I did it, to be honest. What was the day when it was horribly icy?
Yeah, we get a few of those in Denver. I think people think of Denver as this big, cold, shitty city, and it's like it gets bad a couple days a year.
Yeah, but it's really
and then the next day it's sunny and it melts. So like the reason he's asking, because like it does happen where you get an icy day, and then it's gone the next day or two. So it's hard to remember like which day it was, but like it was not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I was coming off a damn exit. And the Teslas are fun, obviously, so I'm obviously flying.
Of course.
Yeah. And they handled
he's
just
22.
fine. Yeah.
He's 22 with a Tesla. He's hauling ass.
Yeah, I was hauling ass. And dude, my tire popped.
Oh.
And literally drug me, because it was icy, so I slid. And just drug me into a curb so bad.
Damn.
Blew out my whole, I don't even know what's wrong yet.
Yeah.
I know it's so bad, though.
Tow truck was involved.
Yes.
Damn.
Could not drive.
Tow truck and Uber, or how'd you get home?
I did Uber.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I did.
That's like the walk of shame, but like for
I was
dudes.
so mad.
It's a walk of shame for dudes when you got Uber back when your car gets fucking broken down.
And then now I'm driving the R8 as a daily.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, buddy. It's
Yeah.
cool, right? Well, you're just so obnoxious. I can see how it's like not as fun, right? You know,
people
like,
always taking pictures of you.
That's cool though. I mean,
It is cool.
You should put your Instagram thing on your
Mine
car.
is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. So I do that
But it
too.
is a lot sometimes.
Do you ever get like the dirty looks?
All the time.
Okay.
Oh my God. People hate my car. People hate it. Like I'll drive anywhere. Oh my God. Everyone's mad. It's so loud.
It's that loud.
And it scares the shit out of people.
That's what it is. When you get scared, you get angry.
Oh,
so if you're driving by somebody in traffic, it starts popping like, God damn it.
They just think they got
that
shot.
shit happens to me. Yeah. When I'm like driving down the road and a fucking motorcycle zips past me, it scares the fuck out of me. I'm like, God, I get angry for a minute. I'm like, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like right now I'm pissed because it scared the fuck out of me.
People get mad.
Yeah.
My neighborhood hates it for sure.
You're probably well known.
Yeah.
They like know fucking Darrian.
I'm in like this community and people
you can't
always
sneak
take
in,
pictures of
yeah,
my car.
you can't sneak in or out of anything now. You're like,
No.
That's what the Tesla's for, the stealth mode.
The stealth mode.
When it's not fucked
I could just
up.
go, no one says anything. But yeah, they get every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning now.
Yeah.
And it has to warm up. So that thing's sitting for a long
What's that
time.
like? You got to do a video of a cold start.
So
a cold start, that thing has got to be like offensive.
So bad.
In every language.
I don't even
That's
think
a universal
camera
language.
could pick up how loud that thing
I bet
is.
you're right.
It's so loud.
You get like a decibel meter though, and actually read. Like I think it's fucking. It's wild. It's
so illegal.
Yeah,
probably
it
in
is.
so many
That's
counties.
true. So yeah, allegedly. By
Allegedly.
the way. This is a friendly show here. So tell me about that. Have you ever gotten pulled over because of it? Which is a surprise. Okay.
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. But
Tickets or
never
warnings?
tickets. No, just we got a noise complaint. We're just gonna pull you over.
That's that light skin privilege, dude.
Yeah,
That's,
light skin privilege.
You got it.
But don't even get me started on me getting tickets. I've been arrested so many times over tickets.
Over tickets that you haven't paid or what?
No,
like speeding
bro.
tickets, like what?
I remember the first time it happened. The first time I bought my car in high school. It was a fucking Jeep. It wasn't even nice.
Right.
It was an
Jeeps aren't
okay.
that nice, yeah.
Yeah, it was like an okay. Like I think it was I don't even know what Jeep. It wasn't like the normal big one, like the Colorado Jeep.
Okay.
It was like a Grand Cherokee.
Okay. Yeah,
And bro, I got pulled over, and they would not believe me that it was my fucking car.
What?
Bro, I was like, what the fuck?
Did your fucking...
And they called like three other cops, and they had me like put my hands out the window because they thought I stole this car.
What? So what actually happened?
Well, they found out it was my car and let me go.
During the stop?
Bro, literally,
wait,
it was
you go
me
from
and
having-
my friend. We were driving, and all of a sudden I get pulled over. Was not speeding.
Were you darker back then?
I don't know. I think it was summer. I might have been a little darker.
So man,
But
you get
me and my friend are
the
in there.
light skin privilege, and you got a French last name. Like, how do they?
I don't even know. He didn't even come and check my license. He seriously was screaming on the intercom.
So right away, so pulls over and just the tags may have come back stolen, or what? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I just bought it.
Dude,
So I
that's
don't
wild.
even understand. They were on the intercom telling me to put my hands outside the car.
And you're a kid because you're a kid.
I was
now,
like,
but like,
dude, I was like 16.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you had to be
I
terrifying.
was freaking the shit.
Yeah,
It was my first time driving almost.
I ain't ever driving again. If it's like this every time I
Yes.
go out, man, fuck this.
And then I got pulled over in Aurora. It was always in Aurora. And I got pulled over again for speeding.
You know
and
what's
then
funny
they
about
arrested me and searched my car.
for speeding.
I don't even remember. It was so dumb. I got
Jesus.
arrested and searched. Like I had to sit in the back of this cop car. It was the most embarrassing thing because
Dude.
everyone talked about it in school.
Oh yeah. So it's a funny story. I like hearing your stories. 'Cause I mean, I was a kid too once, you know, and I had a Jeep. I had with the Colorado Jeep, the Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
And I remember fucking. It was a snowy day, and when you have a 4-wheel drive Jeep that's all jacked up on tires, you do whatever you want in your mind.
Yeah.
There was a long line of cars waiting for someone to make a left-hand turn. I said, fuck that, I'm going to go around you guys on the shoulder. So I go through the ditch in the shoulder, past 30 cars. One of those cars was a cop car. So I get fucking pulled over, and I get arrested for reckless driving and all this shit, dude. So I was like, this is so dumb. Like, it was so dumb. But like,
Did you actually get taken into county?
oh yeah.
Oh, they were.
So I was
you
a
got
kid.
A dick.
So then the thing is, you said Aurora, which Aurora, Illinois is like Aurora, Colorado. It's like the shitty part of
shitty
yeah.
part.
It's like something about the name Aurora is just shit. So same thing. But I get pulled over in Aurora, and they're like, it's such a shitty town. When they heard what I did, they're like, oh, you must have been on the west side, which is like borders by or east side, whatever it is. It borders Naperville.
Yeah.
Naperville's a super yuppie town. So like nothing really happens in that part of Aurora. It's like, oh yeah, you went to like the nicest part of Aurora. Like, oh, you must have been by Naperville. Like, no one's gonna pull you over if you're in the shit side of town. Like they kind of like they let me go, and afterwards they all got dismissed. But it was like a lesson, like you're a young kid, dude. You got some money because you work, but like don't be a dickhead.
Yeah.
So it was a good lesson to learn. Like yes, it went to jail, but it all got dropped. It was just like just a slap on the wrist, but it like scared the fuck out of me.
For sure.
You get arrested for some dumb shit like that. Then I got arrested one time where it was not even my fault. This is okay. Funny fucking story. And actually, I had to answer this when I switched careers. I had to answer this. So I got a fake ID charge when I was like 20. Okay, 20 years old. Rich Franklin fights Anderson Silva for the first time, and Anderson Silva, nobody knew him. I think he fought Chris Lieben once, and he didn't have very many fights yet. But Rich Franklin was a stud. He's a champion, so it's a big fight. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I had this fake ID allegedly for a few years, allegedly. And I've been using it so often, it was like routine. It was like, whatever, dude. I was 19, 20. Go to get a beer at Buffalo Wild Wings, standing room only, packed. Fucking bartender snags my license. No, you're not this guy. You're not Mike. I'm like, fuck. All right, cool. Well, I want to watch this fight. I'm going to hang out and watch this fight. I didn't leave like a dumbass. Cops roll up, fucking scoop me up, arrest me. God damn it. So I'm awaiting my day in court. Maybe 2 weeks later, I'm fucking around doing donuts in a parking lot. And it's a snowy day in Illinois, and no one's around to see me. So I fuck around in a parking lot's connected to the gas stations. I go fuck around, do donuts, empty parking lot. Go over to gas station. I'm parked getting gas, and a cop pulls up next to me. And he's like waiting for me to get done pumping gas and pull away. So when I pull away, he pulls me over. And I'm thinking it's because of donuts. And I'm like, fuck, he saw me doing donuts. Somebody called me in. I'm going to fucking get a ticket for doing donuts in a parking lot. There was a warrant for my arrest for missing a court date.
Oh my God.
But there wasn't. It was a clerical error. So I'm like, bro, I didn't miss a court. I know I had a lot of speeding tickets back then. So I always had an attorney for all these things. So I knew my shit was in line. So I had an attorney. I'm like, bro, Garrett said it's not until whatever date. He goes, no, man, you missed a date. You're going to jail. So what the fuck, dude? So I get arrested for that. But it helped me. So when the court date came out, the lady who held my ID who didn't show up in court. So the judge sees that I missed a court date. It's like, hey, well, Mr. Ficarra missed a court date. We're going to allow her to miss one too. We're going to do this in a month or whatever. So I nudged my attorney. He's like, nope, Mr. Ficarra did not miss the court date. It was a clerical error. You guys had him arrested, not right or whatever it calls it, against, like inaccurately arrested, right? Whatever the fucking word is.
Yeah.
Oh, this happened to you, Mr. I'm like, yeah. Goes, oh, we're so sorry. Dismissed.
The whole
thing got dismissed. I was like, fucking sweet. So it all happened, to actually good ending to the story. But like, I switched careers from building power lines to be a financial advisor. Full background check. Dude, that got dismissed. It still popped up on my fucking background check. So I had to go prove, hunting through documents in different different courthouses, that was for a fake ID charge at Buffalo Wild Wings for a beer, because a fake ID is fraud in their eyes. So it's a big fucking to-do. So this whole thing over nothing. But I used to get do the same shit you're doing and get the ticky-tacky pullover.
Just dumb shit.
Just dumb shit, because it's fun. Like the exhaust is fun, or the speeding's fun, or the changing lanes, or whatever the fuck. It's all fun shit, right? But like, you kind of wise up to like, okay, it's not that fun to get arrested for it, or get pulled over for it, or harassed for it.
Get in trouble no more.
Getting in trouble sucks, man. It's like, it's fun, but like, okay, but it's actually serious, right? It really opened up my eyes when I switched careers. Like, dude, that's fucking still on my record, even though it was dismissed. Like, it's still out there in the universe that I got pulled over or arrested for a fake ID. It's wild, but sticks around,
I never got caught.
Good for you.
I was lucky, and I've done some horrible things. Allegedly, yeah. And I had never been caught for anything.
Yeah, good.
I got lucky. I got lucked out.
No, it's because you didn't really do those things.
Yeah,
allegedly
never did them.
Yeah,
I don't know. But
let's hear some things that you maybe did that you got away with. Allegedly. Yeah. How bad could this? No, we'll leave that. We'll tell that story at Perry's one day. I want to hear that.
That's a Perry's story.
Yeah, we'll hear that story one day.
I've done some funny stuff though, man. We were doing some stuff one time. I'm gonna say I was ding dong ditching.
Okay,
we'll just call it ding dong ditching.
Yeah, that's fine.
We were doing that stuff. But say we were ding dong ditching, and someone came out and chased us.
Hell yeah!
And the first fence I jumped over, I broke my fucking ankle, bro.
Oh,
and I was in this person's backyard, bro. Because I jumped in at the edge of the stairs. Man. There was a fucking staircase for
a broken
an odd reason,
too, man. Jesus.
And I was like laying down in this person's backyard and had to hobble over the fence And then
they
the
still
dude
coming?
is driving, gets in his car and is chasing my friends. And I'm like hobbling on the side of the road and literally just bang on someone else's house and like, hey, I need help.
Yeah.
And then
Jesus.
they just were like, get the fuck off my porch.
Beat it, nerd. You broke ankle bitch. Get out of here.
I had to walk like 3 miles with a broken ankle.
Dude,
and my friends are just making fun of me.
I would probably too. Like, got you, bitch.
Yes.
What's up, guys? I'm sure you're enjoying the podcast. It's fucking awesome. I know. Okay. But let's talk about one of my sponsors, Alpine Moving Company. So we all know that moving sucks. Okay. Stop asking your buddies to fucking move you. It's always a problem. We know that. Be an adult. So use Alpine Moving Company. They know how to get the shit done. They offer residential and commercial moving. Also, they will move you anywhere within North America, anywhere in the lower 48, Canada, Mexico. And they're going to hook you up with 10% off. So discount code MOVE24. Make the right move.
So what it was like, what are the odds?
So I would do silly drunk shit too, like when I was a kid. Like it was always in the name of funny, and like I was a destructive drunk, like but funny.
Yeah.
Like take a fire extinguisher off the wall and shoot it throughout
Oh
whatever the
my
fuck it
God.
was, like silly shit like that, or like, I was in Italy one time with a class trip, and we went from Italy to Greece, and in Greece. Same thing, man. We could drink over there. We're 17-year-old kids. We could drink because in Europe, they don't care.
Yeah.
So we're drinking, and it doesn't take much to get you drunk when you don't drink it when you're a kid. So like fucking same shit, dude. There's a fire extinguisher. We shoot off the balcony. I shoot off the balcony to my defense. I'm like, this is pretty cool. Shoot off the balcony, shoot it to some mopeds driving by, like just silly shit, right? Well, my buddy grabs it and shoots off inside the hotel room. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So there's fucking white powder everywhere. So now we're inside this fancy ass fucking hotel in Athens. So now we had to go get every fucking towel we could get, trying to clean this shit up, and they lost their mind.
Does it even, what is it?
Doesn't do nothing. We were drunk. We were kids. We had no idea.
Is it like foam?
It's powder.
So
it's like chalk powder. It covered the whole fucking
Imagine
room.
getting that off a carpet
Dude,
or anything. You need
off of everything. The whole fucking room was. So now we're trying to get all the towels we can. I was with my girlfriend at the time. I go to her room. Like, give me all your towels, dude. That we just ruined. So it was so bad. The morning we wake up, so the hotel security comes, the cops come. We're like, oh fuck, dude. The next morning, all the trip parents were like had like a meeting, and they're like, we're gonna cash in because we're going from Italy to Greece, from Greece to a cruise for like 10 days. So like, dude, we're gonna cash in their cruise ticket and send these fucking kids home. They tried doing it. They were on the phone with like the fucking the travel agency. They didn't have enough time to cash in our fucking shit to do it. They were absolutely trying to jam us the fuck home. And we just got lucky that there wasn't enough time to do it. So we were like grounded for like the cruise shit. It was so fucking dumb. But like, yeah, just dumb kid shit, right? Like, but sometimes dumb kid shit will just last. It'll follow you. Like it's fortunate enough none of that shit did last. It was like,
you never know.
But you never know. Like what if like,
I have a lot of friends that still ended up in prison and stuff
because of dumb kid shit, right?
Dumb shit.
So here we are telling these stories, and it's funny, but like also there's a truth to like some of those dumb fun kid stories are like not that funny. Like if you get caught or if you actually hurt somebody on accident, or fuck around driving, you swerve and hit somebody. That's like it could be really it could really ruin your whole life. And it's like luckily most of the shit I did was very innocent, but like it could have gone the other way too. You never know. So luckily you're older now.
Yeah.
Allegedly, by the way. You're older and you're not as dumb and young anymore.
Not as dumb and young.
Now you're just wrecking your Tesla,
Just wrecking my Tesla. That's it. Living life.
So what's next for you, man? Let's wrap this up. So you're a pro boxer that you can go all the way with this, right?
Yeah.
One day you're going to retire.
Yes.
Whether it's soon because you don't make it to where you're going to make it, or maybe you make it everywhere you're going to go. And even Mike Tyson retired, right?
Yeah.
The greatest of all time. So what have you thought about for after boxing?
Well, I do tech.
What the?
Oh shit.
Yeah, scoot over a little bit, that works perfect. So yeah, what's next?
After boxing, what's next? Whenever that is.
So I do tech right now. That's like my main gig. So I own a tech company that we build apps, websites, and kind of all that.
You're doing that
stuff.
currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but I actually have an app that it's a live streaming app that we just launched.
Okay.
You know who's in it with me? Alex.
The jeweler?
Alex, you met him.
Asian?
No, the black one. Alex Doyle.
Okay. I haven't met him yet.
You still haven't met Alex?
No. I keep on hearing all about this Alex.
Oh
He's a black Lamborghini, right?
Yeah.
I hear all about him.
No, he had it.
Okay.
He had a black Lamborghini.
Okay.
But he has other cars.
Okay. I've heard all about him. Stefan's told me about him. I've heard great things about him.
He's
I've heard great
genius.
things. Yes, I've heard great things.
Cybersecurity.
But I've also never met him. So shout out to Alex. Hopefully we meet one day. I'll have him on the podcast.
gotta
But like,
have him.
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things.
He's so smart.
But we're Facebook friends, but I haven't met him in person yet.
You got to.
Yeah.
But
make it happen. Hook it up.
He always brings me and him work on this company together.
Okay.
So, well, it's like me, one of my older brothers, and then one of my friends, and then Alex.
Okay.
And we all own a live streaming company.
Okay. So tell me how that works.
So basically
What's the
what it is.
application for? Like, what is the actual utility of it?
It's called Team Stream. And basically what we do is it's a live streaming application for like youth athletes to like, some people use it as fundraising opportunities. So we have a split revenue system to where, so say like a live stream for like a boxing, right?
Okay.
The boxers will sell the tickets to the stream.
Okay.
And then we split that cost with the boxers.
It's like a pay-per-view, but
it's like a pay-per-view kind of
like
deal, but
handheld.
for youth, so kids could start making money, or then
Oh,
organizations
shit,
could start fundraising.
So what if you had like a grade school that was like selling live streams to their kids' game? Like you just
Like we just signed an organization and they have 16 teams, and all 16 teams are selling streams to their games.
Okay.
So it's a way just for youth.
It could be like $3, $10. It could be minimal money, but it's
well, it's
something.
like $10.
Yeah, okay.
Or
okay.
they charge monthly, so you can have streams to every game during the month.
Right.
So yeah, so each
like
organization
that.
plays it out completely different. So that's what I like about our company, is that we're open, we're new, and that we allow it to work however is best towards the customer.
I'm interested to see how that could work for me one day.
Yeah, let me know.
With what I'm doing. Maybe we can get a live stream like for this podcast. Like we can get a camera just filming some like off the cuff shit, right?
And
like
you just sell it.
That'd be cool.
$5.
Hell yeah.
Join my stream.
All right.
Like, but yeah, I used it.
Maybe I'll have my shirt off. Maybe I'll have my pants off. I don't know.
It's an extra angle. It's a hidden angle.
Right. Might catch me taking a shit. Might catch me taking a piss. Might even, who knows what you're going to catch me doing, but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, tune in to find out. $5. Pay up.
But yeah, no, we started it because like when I played basketball as a kid, like a lot of my family's from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And it lives out of the state, country.
So you couldn't make it if they wanted to.
So yeah, so
they gladly
most of my
pay
family
$5 to watch you.
Yeah, most of my family has never seen me play basketball.
Okay.
So
That's what we quit.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. But
they could have watched you on TNT,
in
bro.
high school.
They could have watched you on TNT in the league. You don't know that.
But yeah, most of my family never got to see me. So that's kind of the idea behind the live streaming.
Shit.
Is that, but then it started going to like some organizations use it to fund their organization as a whole.
Okay.
So yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah.
So after boxing, there's already a career you're already doing.
Yeah. So we're just building.
Is it taken away from your ability to train and focus on boxing right now?
No, that's why I like it.
Okay.
That's why I'm on my computer.
Okay.
I'm on my computer making sales.
So on your day-to-day boxing lifestyle, let's say you have a fight coming up, which you do. You got 2 fights coming up. You got you got March 23rd, April 27th.
Training all day.
Training all day, right? So you wake up. Tell me your Sunday through Sunday schedule.
Usually
Let's hear it.
Mondays I wake up, or I guess every day. I wake up at like 6 in the morning, and then I go to the Vasa Fitness, do like a little medicine ball workout, abs, legs, a little whole body medicine ball workout.
Okay.
And then
It's every day?
every day.
Same routine?
Same routine every day. Stretch, and then 2:30, around 2:30 I have a run every day.
Okay.
Or like 4 days, 5 days a week.
Okay.
We run from like 3 miles to 5.
Say who's involved there?
Me and my buddy Ramiro. So he's a pro fighter.
Okay.
And yeah, he helps.
Have I seen him?
Yeah.
He's the one he has a fight coming up too, right?
Yeah.
He has like a resting bitch face.
Yeah.
He's always angry, but he's the nicest fucking
badass.
dude. Yeah. But if you look at him, he
You would
looks
think-
angry.
yeah.
Dude looks like
He's scary.
He looks like
He
your
just looks
bodyguard.
scary,
He
yeah.
looks like you have him around as your bodyguard. I love him.
No.
Shout out to that guy. He's cool as fuck, but like he looks angry.
No, he's a badass fighter too.
He looks like he'd be a badass.
He's a badass.
So he's running with you.
But he's my boy. We
Okay.
run all the time together. We have fun. We run downtown.
That guy looks like he has no fun. You gotta tell him to smile.
So
once in a
much
while.
fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's funny is I hated him.
Really?
Because when we
'Cause of
first
his
came
face.
in, I was
It's his
sparring
face,
him.
dude.
He'd
It's
be
his-
my sparring partner, and he would whoop my ass. He's
Really?
been boxing his whole life,
Oh.
and I would like have to wake up on a Saturday morning at like 6 a.m. to get my ass whooped. And I used to like go like, man, fuck this dude.
What's his name? Ramudo?
Ramiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so me and him
Dude's
run.
cool as fuck.
Yeah, we run at 2:30. It's fun.
Okay.
We run Wednesdays are like timed runs, so we run like 5 miles at like heavy speed.
Okay.
Every other day is kind of just chill, just to get moving.
Yep.
And then from there we go straight to practice. Whether that's Tuesdays and Thursdays are sparring days, and Saturdays are sparring days, but mitts, whatever a coach, each day's different. Whatever a coach has in store for us. And then after, probably hit Vasa again to go cut some weight.
Okay.
And then dinner.
So this is from 6 a.m. to what, 6 p.m.?
Like like 7.
Damn, dude.
8. Well,
Every
I
day.
try, when I'm in camp, I don't eat past 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So I usually try to get home to quick.
Yep.
And then, but like as closer you get to the fight, the more you're trying to cut weight. But
Yep.
I like cutting weight early so you're not miserable
Not
later.
dead, right?
Yeah. Because the last fight I
remember.
I'd come back from Australia. That's why. I was in Australia for like over a month,
yeah,
bro.
fucking. God,
I was good. I mean, I weighed like 168.
That's a lot to
heavy.
cut down, bro.
So I was
21
like,
pounds, bro. Damn.
I was like, man, bro. And then, I don't know what happened. I went to Parx and got a salad on a Friday. Fucked my whole fucked my whole weight up. And it was like the week of my fight.
That fucked your weight up? A salad
bro,
at Parx?
that bad. I
Really?
swear. I went to so that fight was 54. I fought at 54.
Okay.
And I went back up to 58.
That's giving you some more. Yeah, okay.
58.
Damn,
like the week of my fight. So I was shitting bricks.
Yeah, I remember.
And then, I was like in the sauna killing myself. Literally, the morning of weigh-ins, I was in the
still
sauna.
won, so how do you argue with success,
Yeah,
bro?
I can't argue. But I don't like doing that.
Maybe that's the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking struggle through your weight cut, eat salad, go to Perry's, fuck it off.
No, I
have some
love it.
tequila. You know, like maybe that's the formula, bro.
But no, that's no. Actually, what had happened was in the middle of my camp.
What had happened was-
Yeah, what happened
when
in
you
my
have to
last
explain
fight,
that with what had happened was,
Yeah.
you know you fucked up.
bro. In the middle of camp, this was 3 weeks before my fight. My elbow shot out of place.
Really?
Yes, bro. I was sparring, and I don't even know. How does
it go back? How'd you fix that? How'd it go back?
Well, I went to the hospital, and it was literally like up here. It was disgusting. It was
You
disgusting.
dislocated your elbow.
Yes, 3 weeks
How'd they
before my
set
fight.
it? How did they?
Bro, on the way, I had to sit there and wait for a ride.
Okay.
Because my boy had just took in my
You
car.
and rides always getting fucked up with.
Yeah.
You get Ubering around, your car breaks down.
Well,
you
no,
Uber.
I had my friend go pick
Uber-
up my girlfriend at the time. Well, my girlfriend now. I said
Okay,
at the
yeah,
time, but
yeah.
at the time,
Yeah.
I had my boy take my go pick up my girlfriend.
Okay.
And yeah, bro, they got stuck in traffic, so I'm sitting here, my
dude.
elbow's dislocated. Everyone's like saying, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And then I ended up going to the hospital, and then I think it fell back into place. I didn't even feel it, but when I went to the hospital,
So did they say like, hey,
it was in
did
no
they,
breaks,
they know
no
like
nothing.
what to prevent it happen again, like how it happened,
Just
like
making it strength, but I just
Dude, some
overextended
curls, man.
it when I
Fucking get some
fucking
more
threw
curls.
it. I just threw it as hard as I
Did you
could,
miss?
and I missed him.
Ah.
He like barely just went, and I just
Fucker.
fucking went right out. I was like, oh.
damn.
So then actually that night I went to go eat Mexican food,
Yeah.
and that's where my weight started going back.
Funny. I have a weight cut funny story too. I got a call one time. It was like a quick notice fight. It was like, hey man, can you make weight? We're fighting Saturday. This is like a Wednesday or Thursday. I think the weight cut was, so I had to weigh in on Friday. I had 24 hours, like 30 hours. It was like 13 pounds. So it was a lot for me at that time.
You did it?
I did it. I was literally eating mac and cheese and drinking a beer, like as my like after carb workout. Like, and that was back then. I was a kid, right? I was like taking it serious, but not. Also, I didn't think I had a fight. I was not in camp. I didn't have a fight coming up. It was
you were
like
just chilling.
just training hard and doing what fucking 19-year-olds did, man. I mean, allegedly with the beer thing, but allegedly. I was drinking beer on the couch. So I was like, all right, cool. Get the call, put the beer down, throw the shit in the fucking, go right to the gym, put a garbage bag on, start sweating. So I cut weight that night. All next day. I made weight. I got my ass kicked though. Fucking
Bad.
destroyed. Dude. But this kid just, his opponent fell out. Dude's like, I didn't know the business that well, but dude's on the come up. He's like undefeated. I'm like, I'll fucking fight him, you know? And
Who cares?
And yeah, I got my ass. I got rocked, dude. I got a little scar on my lip from it. Got a scar right here from it. Damn. And then what's funny stories after the fight, Stephan Bonner, he's from Chicago. He's from Chicago, and that's where our fight was in, like just over the border in Indiana. But I got a cool photo with Stephan Bonner afterwards.
So
got my
it was
lip
well
hanging
worth
open. I had to get stitches and shit. It was nasty.
Oh, it was bad?
But yeah, it was real bad. But
Ramiro got a bad cut one of his like two fights ago.
Yeah.
Split his whole eyelid open.
the eyelid's the worst.
They had
Man.
to stop it instantly. I felt
Eyelids
so
are
bad.
worst. Dude. They're so nasty because they're like, they're pretty gnarly.
And you can't
Can't forget
close them.
Right.
Like as much Vaseline, but they're still
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even give a chance my corner to. It was fucking TKO in like the first round. It was fucking gnarly. But
It happens.
the cool thing was, I got a picture with Stephan Bonner
Yeah.
afterwards, and he was hot. It was right after Ultimate Fighter came out, so it was like right when he was a big name.
Yeah.
And wrestling, he passed away a couple of years ago or whenever it was. But like, it's cool getting a photo with him. You know.
Yeah. It was all worth it.
Definitely worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I got a cool picture of myself running up, you know, in the cage. You know, I looked lean. I fought 155. That's what I was getting.
Holy
My
shit.
first two fights were at 155.
See, all the guys that fight are like your height.
Yeah.
And
I
they're
know.
all huge.
Yeah, 155, dude. And I was big for. I mean, I was cutting down from 70,
Yeah.
but I made it.
That's why
Yeah,
you always got to. That's why I fight at a small weight.
Yeah.
Those guys that fight at 160, those guys come down.
I wanna come train with you guys.
You got
just like fuck around and get some cardio in. I'm not gonna compete at my age. It's not in the cards for me anymore. But the competitive edges, and the fun, and the sweating, and the camaraderie, the I don't know, the competitiveness, I guess. Whatever it is, it's fun still, for sure.
It's just I think it's such a fun sport. But you got to be dedicated. I think it's like one of those sports you can't
half-ass it. And that's honestly what got me out of it. My last fight, I tapped to a heel hook because I was thinking as he's ripping my fucking ankle off, I'm like, I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to climb a ladder. I was an electrician at the time.
Yeah.
I got to climb a ladder. How am I going to get down a fucking ladder and pay my bills if my ankle's fucking next to me? You know, like, Jesus Christ. I ended up tapping. I was winning the fight, dude. I was so mad. Like, I was beating this dude's ass. That fucking caught me.
No, you gotta. It's one of those things you can't half-ass.
I know it.
You have to it's like work. You got to show up.
That's why it never lasted for me because I was working since I was 18.
Yeah.
I was like big job when I was 18. So I couldn't ever just do it full time.
Yeah.
And at that time, UFC just started blowing up. So all of a sudden became this thing where people actually putting really effort into. Before that, UFC was like, hey, let's get the best martial artists from every group to fight each other, see who's the best martial artist. Well, right when that all blew up, it was like, okay, now there's mixed martial artists. Now guys are taking this seriously. There's actually an income. There's real money involved. Like, dudes were being serious. And I was like, well, I don't have that time. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it was fun. But for you guys, I like to come down and fuck around with you guys and box and shit. That'd be cool.
We have a good gym training.
You guys can beat up on me. Oh, here comes the old man.
Yeah.
Here comes a big fat ass. We'll fucking tank it and fucking tee off on him.
Nah.
That'd be fun.
You remind me, this one dude in the gym, his name was Griffin. He's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Huge. Professional power lifter.
Yeah?
And he was the first person I ever sparred.
Really?
And
what was it, hitting a fucking wall?
Fuck.
Jesus Christ, man.
I remember not knowing.
He probably gassed out though, right? Did he gas out quick?
Fuck no, he was good actually.
Oh, really?
And
Damn.
he was huge. And he just would come at me. And I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. Just trying to run away almost.
Trying to hit his fucking head.
And he used to hit me so hard, man.
Yeah.
I think that was my first time ever getting hit.
You see stars.
That hard.
You legit see stars. Like the cartoons are real. Like, you see
He
stars.
shot my headgear off my face one time.
Yeah.
Literally it came flying. I don't even know how the chin strap came undone, but it flew off my head.
I remember one time, like my trainer told me, I said, dude, what happened? He goes, dude, if you ask what happened, you lost. I'm like, oh, okay. Fuck. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He goes,
at least it's over quick though, you know?
Oh, dude, it was fucking, I mean, and I sparred with him. He was a heavyweight too. It was like, and I was on the come up. He was a pro fighter. But I was like his weight. So we would fucking tee off when he was training for a fight. I was always his cornerman. So it was a great experience with Bill. Like, shout out to Bill Hill. So much fun. But like, yeah, dude, if you have to ask what happened, you got knocked out. You got fucked up.
Thankfully.
So, all right, man. Well, this is great. Let's wrap this up, man. This is awesome. Anything else you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to?
No, it was good.
It's fun, right?
It was good hanging out with you, talking with you.
It's cool. It's not official financial advice, but I mean, everyone's got a story. Everyone's got, what we're doing with money one day, and you got this app coming out or this company that you're doing. So like, you're already on the right path, and I love it. So like. Yeah. Hopefully boxing gets you to a level where you never have to worry about money. But if it doesn't, you're already prepared to where you're already on a good path. I love that because so many people don't have that. Yeah. It's not a backup plan. It's just being well planned out.
Yeah. Because the world sports, you can't be healthy forever.
Know. Exactly.
And you never know what's going to happen. That's what I'd be scared about in sports.
Yeah.
And that's what
things outside your control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could, I'm not even saying it, but anything could literally happen.
I always tell people, back especially my old career was like, take care of the things you can take care of. The rest takes care of itself.
Yeah.
But that being said, you still don't know.
I had hip surgery. I didn't even mention that.
Hip surgery, bro? You're fucking how?
Yeah.
How old are you, Grandpa?
22.
God damn.
And this was actually in the middle of the boxing. Like this was
what
2 years ago.
What caused
I didn't
hip
even
surgery?
know. Nothing. Listen to this. My labrum tore.
Okay.
Which I guess had been an issue my whole life.
Okay.
That's what the doctor said because I had a...
Probably because you grew fast.
Yeah.
Right?
And I had like this sharp point where it was just tearing into my labrum.
Ah, a bone?
Like a sharp point in my bone, and it was tearing into the cartilage, and it tore through. Ended up breaking my hip.
Jesus Christ!
So I remember like one day, literally saying, "My fucking hip hurts."
Yeah. You sound like an old man. Like, man, should I even say this out loud? Like, my fucking hip. Come on in.
But then I ended up having to have like a big surgery.
Damn.
Like I was in a hospital bed.
Hip surgery is no joke.
Yeah, I was in a hospital bed in my house for like 2 months.
Damn.
And then had to learn how to walk all over again. And that's one of those things is out of my control.
Out of your control.
It was literally I woke up.
Yeah.
I woke up, I was training one day. I was like, fuck, my hip hurts like hell.
Yeah.
And
like
then
an old man.
Yeah, the doctor
Welcome
was
to my
like,
world,
"How
man."
are you even walking?" He asked me. I was like, "I don't fucking know."
Well, luckily you're young, and the rehab's quicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a year.
Damn, dude.
A year. No boxing. No, like literally learning how to walk. Trying to get movement back and strengthen, because obviously when you break, I mean, all the cartilage, I had to rebuild my legs, my glutes.
God damn, dude.
And it was awful. But yeah, I feel I'm 100% now.
That's good.
But it was a year long.
Damn, dude.
I fought in there, and then what? See, I've had random shit happen.
I love this.
I broke my hip, and then literally
Broke
the
your
day
ankle,
I
running
got
from
cleared.
guys?
The day I got cleared, it was Halloween, and I was hanging up this frame and split my finger off with glass. It had a jagged, and it literally took my pinky. I tattooed over it because it's so gross.
Yeah.
I have like a scar, literally my whole pinky. It hung off.
By skin or what?
No, the
Was it off?
finger was almost off. And I was freaking out. Well, I didn't even freak out. I was like,
Listen,
looked down.
If your pinky's hanging off your body,
Well, no,
everyone's
I looked
freaking
down.
out. Yeah.
It happened so fast, I didn't even realize that happened.
Okay.
So I looked down, and my finger was
Fucked.
there. I was like, oh my God, and wrapped it, went straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
So then I was out for another 3 months because it split.
You better
through
make
my-
sure this tech shit works out for you, buddy, because this boxing shit, you don't know what's gonna happen.
I was getting, but yeah, dude, it cut through my tendons, and I had to get surgery to rebuild my tendon.
Yeah.
And then attach my finger.
You've had some pretty big comebacks.
But yeah, but that's the random shit you just don't know.
Quit fucking around, man.
I know,
Live in a
right?
bubble.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't even hang up a fucking.
Hey, whenever you need a manager, call me. And I'm gonna have you in a fucking bubble wrap. I'm gonna carry you around everywhere you go. I'm gonna drive. You ain't driving. Okay. Get you from camp to camp.
Dude, I think that's even worse when someone else drives you. I'd rather drive myself.
I don't know, man. That sounds like you got some.
Like I got some
great
bad luck.
dude. You might benefit from something like a Maybach and just driving around and sit in the back seat, bro.
That's what I want one day. Those are badass.
Those are cool.
I actually Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Depends how. There's levels to this game, right?
Yeah.
Start with the Maybach.
Yeah.
Then
I'll
you
start
go-
with the Maybach,
there you
then
go.
get the Cullinan.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my dream.
Honestly, like you're on your way.
Yeah.
You're 4-0. You're a young dude. You're healthy. You know, there's no reason you can't. You
Yeah.
should be disappointed if you don't get there. So
Just got to keep
you need a good
working
man.
hard.
I'll be your manager.
There we go.
I'll help
Just
you out.
sign the deal.
Yeah, I'll just make sure no one fucks with you. And that's honestly, but good managers should be looking out for your best interest. A good manager should already be successful enough to not need you.
Yes.
So many managers are so fucking thirsty that they can't not have you as a client. So they're going to do whatever they can. They're going to be so like a good agent, good managers, like they should be looking out for you
And get you places.
I got you, man. Let's do this.
Let's do
Fucking
it.
take them out. Well, thanks for coming out. This is awesome, man.
This
Thanks
was
for
a
having
great
me.
time.
All right, we'll take it out. See you guys later.